So Angel Reese has something to say about all the criticism she's been receiving about her field goal percentage and all the rebounds she's getting. Now, first off, Angel Reese is the best rebounder in the W. There is no doubt in my mind. She's a lead at that on the defensive side and the offensive side of the ball. I can't knock her for her hustle, for her energy, for her motor that never stops. So when we're just talking about one skill set, because I do believe rebounding does take skill. If you don't think so, then try boxing somebody out or getting a rebound on somebody who has height, who's strong, and you have to outwork them in the paint. That's not easy to do. Now, with all that being said, when it comes to her offensive game, that criticism is warranted. And the reason why you can talk about her shooting percentage is because the reality is you have to outscore your opponent. So if we're talking about Angel Reese as a number one scoring option, where she's the one getting the sky buckets, where she's scoring a lot of their points so they can win the basketball game, she cannot fit that role at this time in her career. Those are facts. You can be upset about that. You can get in your feelings, but if I need a number one scoring option, Kennedy Carter fits that role. It's really that simple. This is like taking Dennis Rodman, who is an excellent rebounder, who can defend, who hustles, who gets every offensive rebound, every possession for his team, and making him the number one scoring option. The Bulls are not winning championships because he's not good at scoring or has enough post game or has a good mid-range shot. It's like taking Ben Wallace and you're saying, okay, Chauncey Billups, you're not going to be a number one scoring option. Ben Wallace is. Think about how that's going to turn out. Yes, he'll get you rebounds. He'll play amazing defense. But if you want him scoring the basketball and relying on him, the Pistons offense is going to be terrible. So until Angel Reese improves on that end, well, this criticism is warranted. Let's just look at the last 5 games. She shot 28.6%, 30.8%, 50%, which is good, 25%, and 25% from the field. If you're not shooting the ball well, guess what? You're not going to win a lot of games. This guy's only eclipsed 80 points one time this season. So when you look at the totality of this first season for Angel Reese, yes, she's excellent on defense. She can rebound the basketball. She can block shots, all that jazz. That's awesome stuff. However, when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, she is not elite on that end yet. I think for Angel Reese to be in the same conversations with a Caitlin Clark, with Enrique, with Asia Wilson, with Fee, all these excellent offensive players, she has to get better on that end. Otherwise, she's just another version of Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, and she'll have a great career, but she'll never be in those conversations, whether you like it or not, because you have to score points. And if you can't be relied on to score, well, your value isn't going to be the same. Will it be respected? Absolutely. But when it comes to needing a basket in the last minute of the game, when the game is tight, and I need you to go in the post and score, she cannot do that right now. Now I want to read this tweet from Angel Reese where she said, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. We good. Now, she's not lying when she says if it was easy, everybody could rebound the basketball like her. You could go out there and get 20, 22 rebounds. You're facing a woman or a man who has height, who has a lot of strength, and you have to outwork them night in and night out on a consistent basis. Like, try to get a rebound on Asia Wilson. See how easy that's going to be. Try to get a rebound on Nikola Jokic or an Anthony Davis or Bam Adebayo. Try to outwork those guys and see how successful you are. That's not an easy thing to do. So from that perspective, I understand where Angel Reese has come from. She's not wrong. However, as you see from fans here, just lost a game and she tweeted about how her 20 rebounds are impressive. They are impressive in my opinion because that's not easy to do. Asia missed 20 shots and still had a better field goal percentage. How 25 field goal percentage is crazy. 11 points, 22 rebounds. Again, the rebounds and blocks are really good, but 11 points, that's not going to cut it. You have to outscore your opponent. And if you can't be a reliable number one option or number two, then the rebounds and blocks, yes, they'll keep you in the game. You'll get extra possessions. But if you don't have a bag, I can't put you in those same conversations as other players. For offense, that's the key here. Now, just going down here, keep grabbing your missed shots. You only have one job because you're tall. I mean, that's just ridiculous to me when people say that stuff like that. 416 every night. You're right. Missing open layups and shooting 30% as a post player is hard to do. This is crazy. You're breaking records that have been held since a rookie Shaq. Wow, comparing men to women's sports. That's just a terrible comparison. They just and Petty trying to push agendas. No, it's not pushing agendas. It's just talking basketball. We just talk hoops on this channel. That's all we do here at J Talks Hoops. We're just here to talk some basketball. So when it comes to her defensive game, it's excellent. I think for Angel Reese, what she needs to work on in the offseason is finishing better at the rim, either having a consistent post game or consistent mid-range game. And if she fixes those things, and let's just say she improves by 10 to 15% for her offense for next season, then she's going to be a major problem. And when it comes to the Chicago Sky, it does appear like they're trying to tank so they can get a high draft pick. I know they had 2 tough losses that were super close the past 2 games, but when you're looking at this roster, they do need to upgrade on the offensive side of the ball. You can't just rely on Kennedy Carter night in and night out to carry on offense. I think she's great in isolation. I wish she had a 3-point game, but at the end of the day, she can only do so much out there. She's great when she has the ball. She can get to her spots, and she's fun to watch. But outside of her, they don't have a lot of offense to rely on. They've only broken 80 points one time this season, like I said earlier. And it's a big offseason coming up for Angel Reese because if she does not improve at all on offense, she doesn't work on her post game, she doesn't work on finishing at the rim or having a consistent mid-range shot, then she's going to be another version of a Dennis Rodman or Ben Wallace. That's not a bad thing, but the expectations have to change. We have to look at her from a different viewpoint. We can't just say, oh, yeah, Angel Reese is just as good as Caitlin Clark. No, that's not true. She's not better than Caitlin Clark right now. She's like the 4th or 5th option on offense. How can we say, yes, she has these tools, but if you can't match your opponent on offense, then it doesn't matter how many rebounds you get or how many blocks you get, because at the end of the day, if you cannot score the basketball, you're going to lose. That's just simple. So I think for Angel Reese, she needs to really work on her skills this offseason with her offense. I think, again, she's great on rebounding, great on defense, and great with rim protection. However, if she does not work on her offense this offseason and there's no improvements whatsoever, then we have to start having different conversations about Angel Reese, and those are just facts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what Angel Reese had to say about people who have criticized her about her lack of shooting. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.